I think we probably, we probably wore them out a touch in terms of, we put a ton of challenges on teams on the offensive end where you wear teams out defensively and that affects them on the offensive end as well. We talked about the same thing in every timeout. We were missing some focus tonight. We were missing a touch of energy and some urgency. Now, we played very unselfishly on the offensive end. We shared the ball. We did all the things we always do on the offensive end, but we lacked a little bit of that grit and toughness on the defensive end tonight. We played a number of guys hoping to get that out of them, as well as, we want to keep developing our bench. We are a deep team. Although I'll tell you, it's very difficult to substitute at times because, I have such positive clips of some of these returners in their run last year and what they do. It's hard to sub, but in practice, you see that we have a deep bench, and so I'm excited that we're going to start developing that or continue developing that.
Every single one of your guys, probably for the most part, were the best player on their high school team. How did you get them to get out of that mentality of being the guy and the scorer and make the extra pass? Because you guys swing the ball back and forth and do a really nice job of that. How do you kind of transform them mentally?
Well, some of it happens in the recruiting process. You can tell. The guys that are worried about the stuff that doesn't matter, like, we just move on. We'll go find the next guy, and then so the guys we're talking to, it's there's a process of evaluation, and you're getting to know the player through recruiting, and we want to find the right fit on that end. But then once they get here, we've developed a culture of that way, and it's what we talk about every single day. It's part of our what we call our pillars of play. We have it up on the board. We talk about every pregame. It's the same thing. Every pregame, we start with the same 2 sentences. We finish with the same 2 sentences. We practice that way. We're going to pass for 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning of every practice. We talk about making the perfect pass. Every pass you make in practice. So at the end of a practice, you're making 150, 200 perfect passes. And I think, Ike, you're in the back there. You get so sick of me talking about it that you just do it, right?
Jon, coming off of Monday's game, facing a radically different opponent, but what were your expectations coming into this ballgame? What did you want to see out of the guys?
Well, what I thought we struggled with at Purdue was they punched us in the face a touch, and it got us out of our flow, particularly on the offensive end. And we tried to make what I call 12-point plays, and that's where you get down a touch. And we had some guys in foul trouble and so forth, but we got down, and all of a sudden we're trying to make a hero play or a 12-point play rather than how we do it, which is make the mature play, which ends with an extra pass, which ends with either, a post move that's uncontested or a 10-toe three. And so, I really wanted to get back to that. And although our defense wasn't what I'd love for it to be tonight, I was very pleased with the unselfishness. And, once again, we had, 18 of our 30. We seemed to keep moving up. Even at Purdue, we ended up having, almost 75%. And I think I checked today, we're 11th in the country in baskets that are assisted. So, I'm very pleased with that and the mentality that our guys have taken.
Talk a little bit about early on with Steve. It looked like they were really concentrating on him and doubling down on him, and he was able to post, pass out of the post pretty well. I think he had 5 assists, which is a career high, I believe.
Yeah, no, they did a great job of that. They made us shoot threes tonight, which, we're a good three-point shooting team. Now, they don't always go in. Some nights you don't have great nights. But, I feel pretty good. If people are going to double down on our posts and we have 10-toe threes, I'll take that every time all night long. But I love the inside-out looks. We're on balance. We're stepping into the shot. It's an unselfish play, and Steve did a great job. And Steve did 2 of them. 2 of his assists, I believe, came off of offensive rebounds, which I love as well. You're in a crowd. Now, if you can get a layup, let's take it. But we call that getting it happy after a rebound. And, just getting an offensive rebound isn't the right to take a bad shot. You see it over and over again. Guy gets a great offensive rebound, he's pinned underneath the rim, and then he throws up some double clutch over his shoulder. And we try not to do that. And Steve did, executed very well there tonight. He wasn't that close to a triple-double, was he? 5 assists? Is that his career high? It's good. 4 offensive rebounds. Looking at the stat sheet, we got to get better. We got to continue to get better defensively and on our defensive rebounds as well.
Yeah, Coach, there are 37 rebounds. Is that attributed to you took 33 three-pointers and those are long rebounds? Because just in theory, you would think you're much bigger than they are. They shouldn't grab 37 rebounds to your 35. But is that more of you took 33 three-pointers and they're long rebounds?
Honestly, Tom, that's one I gotta watch the film to get a better feel of. There were a lot of three-pointers taken in the game overall. You're looking at, what do we have? We took 33, they took 19. That's, long rebounds. Sometimes those turn into offensive rebounds just because they're long rebounds. Sometimes they're easier for smaller teams. Our big guys inside, they're not coming off soft off the front of the rim. So, yeah, it could be. Maybe I should have taken a little bit more air out of the ball before the game.